The need for a direct deal is more important than ever to fully take advantage of the promises of connected TV. Identifying buyer goals and KPIs and what signals need to be shared within the bid stream data that can be obtained through connected TV buys is now very possible to ensuring optimal outcomes. So a publisher direct deal is really paramount to success versus open marketplace where there's a lot of nascent supply.
Tim, in a streaming ecosystem that's often criticized, fairly or unfairly, for fragmentation and opacity, how does a direct relationship between buyer and publisher improve signal fidelity, transparency, and campaign performance?
The direct relationship essentially allows a buyer to deliver its target audience using data to identify target audiences and then better serve them. In effect, it allows a buyer to take advantage of the fragmentation so that they can actually deliver the fragments of viewerships, which are clusters of their viewers that ultimately are going to be their customers that they're looking to convert, upsell, and then we go and we measure those fragments and look at the purchase lift.
Tim, I wanted to know, how is Future today enabling effective audience targeting and measurement outcomes in an increasingly ID-less, privacy-first environment?
Yeah, Future today announced Audience Advantage at the IAB Newfronts today, and Audience Advantage is our suite of solutions providers. ID-less are fueled by content signals and contextual metadata. We partner with best-in-class services like Anoki, like Proximic, like Iris TV, and contextual signals are deterministic. They're privacy compliant. They don't use legacy IDs. And I haven't mentioned it yet, but with AI and machine learning, the viewership and the signals can inform where these audiences and who's the best prospect for your brands.
Tim, in addition to AI, the attention economy is another aspect that's really captured the attention of everyone across the media landscape. So with that in mind, many buyers are looking beyond reach toward engagement metrics. How do co-viewing and time spent within premium AVOD environments influence campaign effectiveness compared to more passive, fast viewing behaviors?
Yeah, so campaign effectiveness is naturally going to be exponentially greater where there's co-viewership in the room. If I'm buying a television ad, I certainly want more people in the room and I want them watching the TV. Backing up on your original question, attention's always been a trademark. We're here at the IAB Newfronts and it started with the internet, right? And there's attention and it started with mobile, but ultimately the level of engagement enter the connected television device is enormous. The big opportunity that's not really being looked at, and I'm going to mention a company like T-Vision, who will not only measure co-viewership, but also time spent. And when you consider that connected TV viewing is either live stream or VOD, ad-supported VOD, the opportunity to reach a consumer who's leaning in, who's requested a movie or a TV show to watch with their family, with their kids, with their spouse, is huge, as opposed to free ad-supported television, which is live stream, which is really replacing the channel surfing model. And while that's connected TV and it's got value, we're big advocates on AVOD leaning in, selecting movies, and it's a higher engagement and ultimately a better impact on brand metrics.
So, Tim, when it comes to performance, wanted to know what advertisers are prioritizing the most right now.
Yeah, as far as performance metrics, it's really all of the above. You look at the top and the bottom of the funnel. The beauty of our situation right now is whereas a few years ago there were partners who were hatching ideas to measure this whole phenomenon, and we're at this inflection point in time where it's all becoming a reality. And for example, you can measure brand health and brand lift. We partner with Cint. We partner with a company called Sleeping Giant Labs that can measure emotional sentiment and the brand emotional impact of an ad. Could be good, could be bad, but that's really great insight for our partners. And if you look at lower funnel metrics, we work with Circana for CPG, and they can show you sales lift. You know, Circana can measure incremental sales lift based on the exposure to an ad. And that's also where co-viewership enters into the equation. And if you start to add up the level of engagement, the time spent, and the value of premium connected TV, you know, it all adds up to an outcome, whether it's upper level brand health metrics or lower funnel and purchase effect and purchase intent and everything up and down the funnel. So the short answer is they're measuring it all. They're measuring exposure to search with a company called EDO and exposure to website visits. So, you know, we're interoperable with the leading platforms, with Magnite, with the Trade Desk, and they can support all these terrific measurement tools. The subscription fatigue phenomenon is very real in regards that SVOD, Netflix, paid ad tiers are getting a lot of the attention and a lot of attention from the brands in the past year. Our expectation is as value conscious consumers emerge, as we all contemplate our streaming bills, that a value conscious family is going to want a free ad supported high quality entertainment vehicle like Fossum TV and Happy Kids provides.